Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Today we have week 6 of the YCL Wi-Fi. So, going into this match, we are sitting at 3-2 following some pretty rough back-to-back losses the last couple of weeks. So we could really use a win here to try and get back on track, try and solidify ourselves as a playoff contender. Our opponent this week is going to be coming in at 2-3, so they are going to be very hungry for a victory. And right now, as far as playoff contention goes, we are sitting like right above the line, whereas this team is actually sitting right below the line. So this is definitely a very important match here. So we're going to go ahead and get into it, and it's going to be against Cortana. So, looking at their team, looks to be mostly what I was expecting, I would say. So, yeah, nothing too crazy. Although, actually, the Drapion, I'm actually a little surprised to see that. But everything else, I was kind of expecting to see. So, I kind of sort of have a plan here. So I think we're just going to go ahead and lead with the Galvantula here and hope that we can make that work out for us. I guess I'm a little surprised not to see the Arcanine. I thought that they would have brought that. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty much what I was expecting. So hopefully we can buckle down and get the win here. So yeah, we do need this one. So hopefully we can buckle down and get it done. So there she is, and she is going to lead with the Thunderous. Okay, so that's definitely not what I wanted to see with the Galvantula lead. So, got a couple of options here. I could stay in Sticky Web, but I kind of don't want to, because this thing is going to be Volt Absorb, so I can't Volt Switch out, obviously. So I think the play is just go right into Goodra, so that's exactly what we're going to do. It is max HP Assault Vest, so should be fit to handle any special attack this thing throws. So just going to switch right into the Goodra, and she is going to Nasty Plot, so that is kind of what I was afraid of, unfortunately. So she is going to get that sharp special attack increase, which does suck. So I am just going to go ahead and fire off an Ice Beam here on this thing. I don't know how hard it can hit me with a Nasty Plot up, but I guess we're going to find out. The Assault Vest should help cushion the blow, obviously, but still it is sitting at +2, which is pretty scary right off. So we'll see what she wants to do. She could attack, or she could go for another Nasty Plot. We do resist the stab move, which is good, so she's going to have to go for something else to attack me. So that's at least something positive. So she's taking her time and thinking about this one. So we'll see what she wants to do. So she's not going to stay in on that. She's going to switch out, and she's going to go ahead and come in with the Drapion. Okay, so we're going to hit this thing with an Ice Beam. And we're going to hit this thing pretty hard, actually, almost doing half damage, and then it gains some HP with the Black Sludge. Now, based on that damage output, we could take this thing out with a Draco Meteor. However, it is, I think, going to outspeed us, and I don't really know if I want to take a big shot from this thing right now with Goodra, because Goodra is the best answer that I have for a lot of Pokemon on her team, so unfortunately, I really don't want to take a big attack with the Goodra right now. So I think I want to actually switch out here into the Corviknight. So I think that's what we're going to do, actually, because I really do not want to take damage on Goodra. No, she's actually going to double switch me. So that's interesting. So she's going to double switch into the Finny, actually, so predicting the Dragon move. So going to get that Misty Surge to set the Misty Terrain, which is okay. And yeah, so I switched out as well, so I guess it's, staying in wouldn't have been a good play either way. So going to come in with the Corviknight. So this is not a terrible match for me. Not the best match in the world, but not terrible. I probably can't hit this thing all that hard, so I definitely could just U-turn out here. So I think that's probably just what I'm going to do. Let's just go ahead and U-turn. She's probably going to outspeed. She goes for the Scald, and that does not a ton. Hopefully there's no burn, and of course there is a burn, so that sucks. So that means Corviknight's going to be pretty useless going forward, so that is super unfortunate. So we do get the pivot on the U-turn, and I think we have to come in with the Galvantula here once again. So that is what we're going to do. And yeah, so that burn on that Corviknight really sucks though, because that is probably going to hurt us pretty bad in the long run. So she does gain some HP with the leftovers. I think we're definitely just going to take this chance to go for a sticky web. She's probably not going to want to stay in on this match, probably going to want the Thunderous to come back in. So good opportunity to get the webs up for sure. So those would definitely help us quite a bit against her team. So we are going to do that and see what she wants to do. She could stay in and predict the webs and either attack me or even defog, honestly. But I don't know if she'll want to take that risk. And indeed, she's not going to want to take that risk. So going to go for the switch. And indeed going to come back in with the Thunderous, playing it safe. So we are just going to throw that sticky web up. So we're going to get that hazard up. So all of our Pokemon are going to take that speed drop upon the switch in. Unfortunately, once again, we cannot stay in on this matchup. So we pretty much just go into Goodra every time on this. The max HP Assault Vest Goodra. So she could anticipate this, but we really just, that's the play we have to make every time pretty much. And she is going to Thunderbolt, I guess hoping for something else, or maybe just trying to see how much damage she's going to get on the Goodra, and that does virtually nothing to us, which is good. So now she's definitely not going to want to stay in on this matchup, but the question is, what is she going to want to bring in? And it could either be the Finny or the Drapion, honestly. So I think we're going to want to Sludge Wave here, just in case the Finny comes in. So yeah, she's definitely not going to stay in. And I think that's the Finny. Yeah, the Finny's coming in here. So she's going to get the speed reduction on the Sticky Web, which is good. Then we're going to nail this thing with a Sludge Wave. So we'll see how much it does. And it is not quite a 2-hit KO, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. And she does get the leftovers recovery. So I'm going to say, though, that's it for the Misty Terrain. I'm actually going to predict that this is more of a defensive set based on the damage output that we saw from that Scald on Corviknight. So I'm actually going to stay in here and Sludge Wave again, because I think we take a Fairy move pretty well. So we do definitely outspeed because of the webs. The second Sludge Wave, not enough to KO. She's going to Moonblast. Max HP Assault Vest, how much is it going to do? We do take that very well, actually, so that is good. And then she's going to gain more HP back with the leftovers. So, now the question becomes, is she going to try and save the Finny? Because she does have some switch options to the Sludge Wave, but you know what? I think we're just going to Sludge Wave again. We have to play it safe. And no, she's going to switch. So nothing else we had could take the Finny from that range, I don't think. So she's going to switch in with the Spectrier, so that's going to take a speed drop on the Sticky Web. And we're going to hit this thing with a Sludge Wave, see how much it does. Not going to do a lot, I don't think. And yeah, it's going to chip this thing, which is something. Now, I don't think, I mean, I'm not sure, honestly, if a Draco Meteor from this range is going to take this thing out. But I think... we could stay in, but I don't know if we really want to take too much more damage on Goodra, because we still have that Thunderous in the back to deal with. So I think we might have to switch. Even though this thing probably can't do a lot to us, I think we have to switch out here. So I think we just switch into Type Null here for the Ghost immunity. So that's what we're going to do, and hope that she doesn't do anything too creative. So going to switch in with the Type Null. And she is going to Will-O-Wisp, so that really sucks. Okay, so we have our second physical attacker is now burned, so that is really bad, and we're going to be taking the burn damage there. So yeah, that's not great by any stretch of the imagination. So we have a couple options here. We could either U-turn out or Swords Dance. I think we're actually just going to... this is actually... sucks. This really sucks, actually. 2 physical attackers burned. You know what? I think we're just going to Swords Dance here, actually. We're going to go for that. So she's not going to stay in on this matchup. Going to switch out and going to switch out into the Drapion. So that's not terrible. This thing does get lowered from the Sticky Web. And then we do get the Swords Dance. So that will give us that sharp attack increase. So that either puts us back up to neutral or it puts us a little above. I'm not sure which one it is. But yeah, we take the burn damage. She gets the HP back there. I think we just have to double edge here. We could U-turn actually, so that's a possibility to chip this thing, because I don't think, thanks to that burn, I don't think a double edge is going to be enough to do it here. So you know what? I think we're just going to U-turn to play it safe. So no, this thing still outspeeds us, so that sucks. So we're going to lose our Eviolite to a knockoff, so that sucks. But we do U-turn on this thing, which actually does quite a bit of damage. So a double edge might have taken that thing out from that range. I don't know, but nonetheless, we get the switch. So what do we want to come in with now is the question. And I think it is going to be the Galvantula, actually. I think we're going to come in with that. So that should pressure this thing. And it does get some HP back from the Black Sludge. So I think we could definitely try to Volt Swish, but with that Thunderous still alive, it's not a safe move. So I think we are just going to click Bug Buzz here. If this thing stays in, I think it'll be enough to take it out from that range. But no, of course, she's not going to stay in. Going to switch into the Thunderous once again. And so we're going to Bug Buzz this thing. It probably not going to do a ton. And it does a decent amount, actually. About a quarter. So, but yeah, now we have to make a play once again and see if we can switch out here. So the Goodra is getting a little worn down, so I don't know if we really want to go into that. We could go into the Null, but I want to keep the Ghost immunity. This kind of a important decision here. I like to keep the Sash intact on this thing. I think we just, even Goodra's getting a little worn, but I just think we go right into Goodra every time. We just have to. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go into Goodra and see what she wants. And she's going to want a Nasty Plot again. Okay, so she's going to Nasty Plot up. So she might actually attempt now to attack me, possibly. So I think we either have to Ice Beam or we have to Draco Meteor at this point. I don't know for sure if an Ice Beam can KO this thing from that range, but I think, I think we don't want to miss the Draco either. You know what, whatever. I think we're going to, because I don't know if an Ice Beam is enough, but whatever. We're just going to click Ice Beam here. And she is going to stay in Flash Cannon, so she's going to see how much damage that gets. And that does quite a bit, actually. We're down to a quarter. We do get the Ice Beam off on this thing. Is it going to be enough to take it out? And yes, it is from that range. Going to be enough to get rid of that thing. So that is a huge problem out of the way in that Thunderous. So Goodra is going to get rid of that thing, knocking her down to 5. So that is very good news for us. So now she is going to come in with the Girder. So going to get the speed reduction on the Sticky Webs. And so we don't want to stay in on this. Goodra is still useful at this point. So I think we're going to go right back into the Corviknight, actually. Unfortunately, with both Corviknight and Null burned, this is a really bad situation for us on the physical side of this game. But we're going to come in with the Corviknight, and she is going to bulk up. Okay, so that's not great. Going to get that attack and defense increase here. And we're not going to be able to do a ton to this thing, honestly, because of being burned. But the leftovers are going to mitigate the burn damage, so that's something. But I think even though we probably can't hit this thing super hard, just have to Brave Bird this thing, so that's what we're going to do. And we do outspeed, of course, so we're going to hit this thing as hard as possible with a Brave Bird, and it is not going to do a lot. So that is not what I wanted to see at all. So now she's going to Drain Punch. So that's not great. So that is going to give her a lot of HP back, and almost all of it. So I think we pretty much just have to play this game with this thing where we just keep on Brave Birding this thing until we die, so that is what we are going to do. This Corviknight being burned really, really hurts. So, yep, we're going to do a Brave Bird again, and hopefully we can chip this thing a decent amount, and it's not doing a ton thanks to the Eviolite and the bulk up, but she's going to bulk up again, so that sucks. But I guess the only good thing about this is that now she is going to be probably regaining less from those drain punches because we are taking that recoil from Brave Bird, so that's something. So we are going to just keep clicking Brave Bird at this point until we die. That's really all this is, because we need a clean switch to a special attacker. So the Brave Birds are not doing much of anything, unfortunately. And she is going to Drain Punch this time around, so that will be enough to take us out for sure this time. So that's not the end of the world. She has 2 bulk ups up. This thing is up to about 3/4 health, but that is okay. So at this point, I think Galvantula is definitely the play. So we're going to come in with Galvantula, and now that the Thunderous is gone, we're just free to click Volt Switch. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I don't want to risk a Thunder not being enough to get rid of this thing from that range. I want to keep the Sash, so we're going to Volt Switch on it. That does really good damage, and we're going to get the switch. So what do we want to come in with is the question. What is she going to go for is really the question, too. Do we want to come in? This is kind of tough, actually, because she could very well be going for a knockoff right now, and I really don't want to switch Cresselia into a knockoff. I want to keep Goodra. So I think we probably have to switch into Null, but she's going to get a lot of HP back off a Drain Punch if that's the case. But I think we pretty much have to go into Null, I think. So yeah, I think that's just what we do, is we go into Null here. So gonna go into Null and see what she does. Probably gonna, yep, there's the knockoff. So thankfully we did not go to the Cress, and that is gonna do a lot of damage to us. We take more from the burn, and this is actually good because we have to let type Null go down here. We're just going to double edge. I think we should outspeed this thing thanks to the sticky web, and yes we do. So we're going to nail this thing with a double edge, and that's almost enough to take this thing out with a critical hit. If we weren't burned, it would have been enough to take this thing out. This thing just knockoffs again, and we do not quite survive that though, unfortunately. So that's going to knock us down to 4. So that's not great, but the only good thing about that is we do once again have a switch advantage. So we don't know what the 4th move is on this thing. It's probably Mach Punch. So I think this is going to be a difficult choice actually to make at this point, because we could switch in with the Cresselia. We'll lose the Focus Sash if we switch in with the Galvantula, so that's not good. It's got to be either no, it can't be Goodra. It's got to be Cresselia or Galvantula, and I think it has to be Cresselia actually. So we're gonna switch in with Cresselia here. We will definitely outspeed this thing thanks to the webs. If she wants to Mach Punch, that's fine. It's not going to do much. Drapion is still around. I think we could actually sub here. We could probably substitute here. But you know what? I think we just have to play it safe and just Psychic. So yeah, I think... yeah, I think we just Psychic here. So, and she's actually going to switch, so that's a little bit of a surprise. I'm kind of surprised that she wanted to save. So now this is going to come in. So I'm actually kind of surprised she wanted to save that. So going to go for the Psychic on this. Should have Shadow Balled, I guess, but going to get some chip. And so, yeah, we're running out of time, so that's not good either. So I think we got to start playing faster here, and we got to Shadow Ball this thing. So this thing is going to U-turn, and it's not going to do a ton, so that's something. And so this thing is going to... we're going to go for the Shadow Ball on whatever she switches in. And what's it going to be? It's going to be the Drapion, of course. So going to lower the sticky webs here. And we're going to Shadow Ball. So we're really running out of time here. We got to make some plays. So Shadow Ball incoming. We get the leftovers. We're going to have to make some pretty fast plays here at this point to try and save this one. There's all the HP recovery and whatnot. So we have to come in with... yeah, we have to come in with Galvantula, because Galvantula can hit everything hard at this point. And I guess we have to hope that she's not going to try and timer stall us, which is a possibility at this point, because we are down 4-5 right now. So, yeah, we're going to switch the Galvantula, and we're running out of time. So, okay, there's the switch, and there is the Galvantula, and what's she going to do? Going to knock off, and will it drop us to the Sash? Actually, not quite. Knocks off the Sash, which is fine. I think we just have to go Thunder here and hope to God we don't miss. Or we could Bug Buzz either. You know what? I think we just got to Thunder and hope to God we don't miss. So that's what we're going to do. And hopefully, God, we do not miss this Thunder, because that would be devastating. So it's nearly almost all the way accurate. So hopefully we don't get really unlucky. But no, she's going to switch. We got a minute left. What she's going to come in with. What's it going to be? It's going to be the Finny. Okay, so Finny's coming in. Speed reduction on the sticky web. It is crunch time. Less than a minute left. Misty Terrain. A lot of time wasted. That comes up. And we have the Thunder incoming. And here's the Thunder. And thank God we do not miss the Thunder, because that would have been unbelievably horrible for us. So we get the Thunder. Finny goes down. 30 seconds left in the game. We're tied up 4-4. What's she going to do here is the question, and she's going to switch in with the Spectrier. So speed reduction on the sticky web. The question is, do we outspeed it now? I think we do, and I think we Volt Switch, because I am not confident a Thunder will kill, and Volt Switch, yeah, that's going to knock it to about half, and this is going to be the final play of the game. So what's going to come in, and it has to be Goodra. So I honestly do not know what is going to happen here, because we'll see what she does first and foremost. So she goes for the Shadow Ball, and it should not do much to Goodra, and we do survive with 6 HP, thank God. So yeah, so we're 4-4, time is up. So who's going to get the win? I don't know, and I guess we're just going to click Draco and find out, because the game's over. And who is it going to be? It's us, thank God. Okay. So we are going to get a 4-4 victory there over Cortana. Our Pokemon had more HP left. We had the Cresselia and the Lycanroc at full HP there, so that's what saved us, since Goodra did not have much HP, and neither did Galvantula. But wow, that was close, and we almost became a victim of the timer yet again. But thank God we did not. Okay, so we're going to win that one 4-4, as I mentioned. Off a technicality, since time was up and our Pokemon had more health. That is how these things are ruled. So with that, the Pidgeys are going to advance to a 4-2 record, so I'm very happy about that. That is going to put us in a really good spot for a playoff run at this point, so we definitely needed this win, and glad we got it. So yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.